guys, welcome back to ManCave Collectibles. Coming at you today with another figure review. Today we've got the newly released Thanos, the Infinity Gauntlet, Marvel Legends Series Deluxe figure. This to me, just from what I can see from outside the box, is the best Thanos figure that I can remember Marvel Legends ever releasing. But we're going to take a look at him today. As we can see here from the packaging, we've got an alternate head, a couple alternate hands that actually kind of turn his hands into the Infinity Gauntlets. The ones we can see he has on in the package is not the gauntlet hands. As we spin on around, we just have a little bit of box art showing Thanos and the gauntlet, as well as on the back side, we've got him and Death and some neat little artwork that they've done. A little right up here, it says the Mad Titan Thanos seizes control of the hollowed Infinity Gauntlet and wields near omnipotent power. Who can stop this vicious new overlord? A little more artwork on this side, back to the front. Let's crack this guy out of his packaging and see what we got. All right, guys, we got the Mad Titan here on our review table and looking really phenomenal. I am very, very happy with this Thanos figure, and I do believe now having it in hand, playing with it a little bit, it does solidify, to me, this is the best Thanos figure we've ever gotten from Marvel Legends. Let's talk about accessories. So the first thing we get, or I guess the first two things we get two additional hands. Now these are the Infinity Gauntlet hands complete with their stones. So these are really cool. You've kind of got almost like a grabbing hand here, and then the coolest hand that we've ever gotten for a Thanos, the finger snapping hand. So this is super cool. He will definitely be displayed with this one in hand, but we can see we got those stones there on the back looking really nice. Now, you can see here we have a head that's kind of our current head and the one that most of us recognize from the comic books. But some time ago, Donny Cates went and created really a future storyline of Thanos. And it is in true Marvel continuity. It's just in the future where Thanos has more or less dominated Earth, as he has always tried to do. But we get this look for Thanos in that Donny Cates storyline. It was actually a storyline that I enjoyed. He had Ghost Rider kind of at his side as his kind of his herald, I guess you could say, or maybe even his slave. But it was just a really good storyline. But this is what a great sculpt they gave here. The beard, everything just looks phenomenal on this guy. Really, really happy with it. Now, I will not use this one because kind of the way I'm collecting Marvel Legends. This Thanos will probably go like on my Avengers display, just as a villain, kind of the main villain, I guess you could say. So I don't really have a need for kind of the future Thanos, but I think this is awesome for collectors that are kind of completionists or want kind of every character from the comic book lines. This will help you get there. So you may have to buy two of these guys in order to make that happen. But I think it's just really cool they included this, and it just looks so good. The face sculpt here is truly amazing for a Marvel Legend figure at the price point they do it at. Let's go ahead and jump into our Thanos figure. So let's take a closer look at this guy. We'll bring him in here to our camera so we can really get a nice look at that face and just how well they did on it. The teeth look just phenomenal. Sculpt work, the chin, the eyes are nicely painted blue. Everything is really crisp and clean on this figure, which, you know, we can't always say that about every Marvel Legend, but I really do believe that Hasbro is just getting better and better. Every time they release a wave, every time they release a deluxe figure, I feel like things are just improving, and we're getting more for our money. Now, that price point is slowly creeping up on us over the years, but as long as the quality continues to rise with that price point, me as a collector, I don't mind so much. But just really, really well done here. We'll take a look here at the side of that head. We see a little bit of a difference in blue color here, kind of from this chest area down into the abdominal area. I'm not sure why that is, because it doesn't appear that that was sculpted separately, but maybe it was, or maybe that may even be what they may have been trying to do that. Move on around. Take a look at this guy on the back side, and then come down to his boots. So the boots, the hands, all this is just sculpted plastic. So, and I'm good with that. To me, that always just gives a more crisp look and less error, you know, less room for QC issues. Then we've got just blue sculpted pretty much everywhere else. So, you know, there's not a lot of colors on this guy, and that could be some of the reason that we don't really seem to have any QC issues. There's just not a lot of paint work outside of the face. There's, you know, we do got paint here and under the arms. Looks good. But, you know, kind of like Super 7 seems to do with a lot of their stuff. If you just sculpt it in the color plastic that you need, you don't have the sloppy paint work that we see a lot of times with NECA or even sometimes Marvel Legends. And I love NECA, I'm not bashing on NECA, but I do seem to see more QC issues from a NECA standpoint than I do some of the companies that seem to use more, sculpted plastic coloring. So let's go ahead and we'll pop on one of our hands here so you guys can see. I'm going to go ahead and use the snapping finger here just so you can kind of see what that looks like. Okay, on him, so get that articulation up some. So if we were to hold that snapping finger up, that's what we got there. I think that looks really, really nice and probably pretty close to how we'll have him displayed on our shelf. Let's go ahead and pop this head off. Pop the alternate head back on. All right, so if you want a old man Thanos standing there snapping his finger, you can do that. So really, really nice looking, guys. I don't recall if we've ever gotten a snapping finger Thanos. Let me know in the comments down below from Marvel Legends. Have Marvel Legends or Toy Biz at any point in time done a snapping fingers Thanos? But overall, just a great looking figure. Let's take a quick look at his articulation. All right, so as far as the head is concerned, we're not getting down much. Just kind of to fill you guys in, this is going to be Build-A-Figure articulation here. So if you have Marvel Legends Build-A-Figures, you know they're a little bit limited, but Hasbro's done a really good job considering how bulky most of our, Build-A-Figures are. Pretty good up there. Can get the confused look pretty well, which I always like that. Full spin on the head. We can get those shoulders up to right about there with no problems. Get the full 360 over. This is a soft plastic, so it kind of moves out of your way there. Got a swivel in the bicep. Got single jointed elbows that we can't get to 90 degrees. In the wrist area here, we get forward and back, no problem. Full spin, no issues there. We do have an abdominal crunch that it's okay. A little bit back as well. It's a little bit hindered by this soft plastic shorts piece that he has here. We do have a swivel in the thigh. We can only get the splits out to about right there, but we have a nice upper thigh cut there. Double jointed knees on this big guy. So lots of range of motion there. And then we've got plenty of ankle rocker as we typically do with Marvel Legends, and forward and back, no problem. So just a great, great figure, guys. This guy may be in my top 10 at this point in 2021. Let's bring in some additional figures for size comparison and then we'll wrap up our video. All right, guys, and just to kind of give you a size comparison here on this guy, he is not massive. He's a big figure, obviously bigger than like a 6-inch Marvel Legend, which we'll take a look at here in just a minute. But we've got like our Hulk here from the Wolverine Hulk 2-pack, as well as our Juggernaut 2-pack figure with Colossus, which is based on the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure. So you can see he actually stands fairly small in comparison to both of these guys. If we put a ruler here on him, we can see that Thanos is right at about 7.5 inches, or something like our Juggernaut is right at about 8.5 inches, and Hulk just a hair above 8. So he's a big figure. He's Build-A-Figure worthy size-wise, but definitely smaller than these guys. Let me throw in a couple other guys for you. And here we've got Thanos with our Iron Man figure from the 80th anniversary, and then a 7-inch scale Super 7 Raphael TMNT figure. So you can see here, these figures, this was right about 6 inches on Raphael, and just a touch over 6 inches on our Iron Man figure there. So, you can see he's bigger than your standard, 6-foot human, but just perfectly scaled in my opinion. I think they did a great job on this. I really do believe at this point this is one of my favorite figures of the year that I've reviewed. So we'll see how that continues to progress as we move through the year. We got a lot of great things scheduled to come out. Let me know what you guys think of this figure. Is this one you're going to pick up? Which head will you be displaying this guy with? Will you use the future Thanos? Or is this going to be kind of your definitive Thanos in your collection, as it will be mine? Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. It helps get this video out there for other people to be able to see. And if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to ManCave Collectible Reviews. We'd love to have you as part of the ManCave Collectibles team. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Until next time.